Scotland is famous for places like Edinburgh Castle, Loch Ness and the Isle of Skye. But beyond the big names, there are countless hidden gems that most visitors never get to see. We're Scotland's Wild, and for more than 10 years we've been leading tours across the country, not just to the must-sees, but also to those tucked-away corners, quiet villages and dramatic landscapes that really capture the spirit of Scotland. In this video, we'll share 20 of our favourite hidden gems, places full of history, atmosphere and natural beauty. The kind of spots that turn a trip into an adventure. So let's get to it. First up is Smoo Cave in Durness. Sitting on the wild north coast of Sutherland, Smoo Cave is one of the largest sea caves in the UK. It has a vast entrance chamber and a hidden waterfall crashing into the darkness inside. The name Smoo comes from the Old Norse word for hiding place, and you can see why. Legends of smugglers, Vikings and even ghosts are tied to this cave. Easy to reach from the road, but stepping inside feels like entering another world. Next is St Ninian's Isle in Shetland. Linked to the mainland by a sweeping sand Tombolo, it's one of the finest in Europe. St Ninian's Isle feels more remote and magical. Archaeologists discovered a hoard of Pictish treasure here in the 1950s, hidden beneath a chapel floor. Today, you can walk across the beach at low tide, explore the ruins and enjoy views that stretch out into the Atlantic. Branching off of Glencoe, Glen Etive is a winding single-track road that feels like you're driving straight into the heart of the Highlands. Red deer often wander through the valley, golden eagles soar overhead and every corner reveals a new view of waterfalls, lochs and rugged mountains. It's a place of pure Highland drama and you might even recognise it from James Bond's Skyfall. One of my favourites is the Hermitage in Dunkeld. This forested wonderland was landscaped in the 18th century for the Dukes of Atholl. Towering Douglas firs, some of the tallest trees in Britain, line the riverside path leading to Ossian's Hall, which is a folly overlooking the crashing Black Glen Falls. It's stunning in any season, but in autumn, when the colours blaze, it feels like walking through a painting. Next is Fingal's Cave on Staffa, a natural cathedral of hexagonal basalt columns carved by volcanic activity millions of years ago. The cave is famous for its acoustics and for the sheer drama as the Atlantic waves boom inside. Boat trips from Mull let you step onto the island and, if the conditions allow, you can venture right up to the mouth of the cave. Puffins often nest nearby, adding even more of a charm. Then we have Pittenweem in Fife. This East Neuk fishing village has a working harbour where you can still see the boats land their catch. Cobbled streets are lined with colourful cottages and in summer the Pittenweem Arts Festival fills the town, with galleries and exhibitions. Beneath it all lies St Fillan's Cave, once a monk's retreat. It's a place that feels lived in and authentic with history around every corner. Tucked away down a winding road is Achmelvich Bay, which is a dazzling white sand beach with turquoise waters that could easily be mistaken for the Caribbean, on a sunny day at least. It's popular with wild swimmers and campers, and there's even a ruined Hermit's castle perched on the headland. It's quiet in the evenings, and when the sun dips low, it feels like a private paradise. On Skye's Trotternish Peninsula at low tide, you can stand on the very tracks left by dinosaurs 165 million years ago. These prints are said to belong to giant plant-eating sauropods, preserved in the rocks of the shoreline. Few places let you quite literally walk in the footsteps of dinosaurs, and here you can do it while being surrounded by Skye's dramatic scenery. Next up is Braemar Castle in Aberdeenshire. Built in 1628, Braemar Castle has served as a hunting lodge, a fortress and a garrison. With its star-shaped curtain wall and colourful painted rooms, it is full of character. For years, it has been community run, with local volunteers bringing the stories of the Jacobite uprisings and the clan rivalries to life. Set in the heart of the Cairngorms, it makes a brilliant stop on a Highland journey. Glen is a peaceful valley surrounded by hills. It is best known as the burial place of Rob Roy MacGregor, the famous outlaw and folk hero. His grave lies in the churchyard overlooking the Glen. Walkers come here to follow the trails into the surrounding hills, but it also offers moments of quiet reflection in one of Scotland's most beautiful glens. Ardnamurchan Point and Lighthouse is another hidden gem. It's the most westerly point of the UK mainland. Ardnamurchan feels wonderfully remote. The lighthouse, built in 1849, offers panoramic views out to the small isles and beyond. The surrounding coastline is rugged and full of wildlife. You might see dolphins, whales or sea eagles if you're lucky. It's a journey to get here, but that's part of the magic. The Falls of Brewer near Blairathel are dramatic waterfalls that cut through a rocky gorge, with bridges and trails offering spectacular viewpoints. Robert Burns visited in 1787 and wrote a poem asking for trees to be planted to frame the falls, a request that was later carried out, shaping the landscape that you'll see today. The Crinan Canal in Argyll, also known as Britain's most beautiful shortcut. This 9-mile canal links Loch Fyne to the Sound of Jura. Walking or cycling the towpath gives you loads of scenery of the hills, the woodlands and the sea views, while watching the boats pass through the lochs, connecting you to Scotland's maritime history. We also have Kilmartin Glen in Argyll. This valley holds one of Europe's greatest concentrations of prehistoric monuments, standing stones, burial cairns and mysterious rock carvings dating back thousands of years. Walking among them feels like stepping into Scotland's ancient past. The nearby Kilmartin Museum helps explain the areas of importance. Kilharn Castle might not be the most hidden spot on this list. In fact, it's a favourite stop on many of our tours, but it still feels like a gem when you're there in person. Perched on a peninsula in Loch Awe, surrounded by mountains, it is one of the most photogenic castles in Scotland. Once a stronghold of the Campbell clan, its ruined towers and walls reflect beautifully in the loch, especially at sunrise or in the mist. Even though it's well loved, it always manages to take people's breath away. Next is MacLeod Stone on the Isle of Harris. This solitary standing stone rises out of the rugged Harris landscape. Its true purpose is unknown. Was it a marker, a ritual site, or something else? Surrounded by sweeping moorland and mountain views, it feels timeless and mysterious, embodying the island's ancient spirit. Often called Scotland's most complete 17th century village, Corus is like stepping back in time. Ochre-coloured houses, cobbled lanes and a historic palace make it a living museum. Fans of Outlander will recognise it as a filming location, but even without that, it is one of the most atmospheric villages in Scotland. St Kilda is a remote archipelago nearly 40 miles offshore. It was once home to a hardy community who lived by hunting seabirds on its towering cliffs. Abandoned in 1930, the village ruins remain, surrounded by millions of puffins and gannets. Getting here depends on the weather, but it's a hauntingly beautiful UNESCO World Heritage Site, unlike anywhere else. Then we have Melrose Abbey in the Scottish borders. Founded in 1136 by Cistercian monks, Melrose Abbey is a striking ruin with intricate stonework and legends tied to the heart of Robert the Bruce. Wandering through its arches and cloisters, you'll feel the weight of centuries. The Borders Abbey Way walking route connects it with other abbeys in the region, making it a great stop on a border journey. And finally, we have Plockton in Wester Ross. Known as the Jewel of the Highlands, Plockton sits on a sheltered sea loch, warmed by the Gulf Stream. Palm trees grow along the waterfront, fishing boats bob in the harbour, and the colourful cottages create a picture-perfect scene. It's a peaceful place to relax, enjoy seafood, and soak up Highland charm. And there you have it, 20 of Scotland's hidden gems, each with its own story and character. These are places that we love sharing on our tours, because they show you a side of Scotland that goes far beyond the guidebooks. We've been leading journeys across the country for over 10 years, and whether it's exploring ancient caves, standing stones or quiet villages, we would love to take you there. Thank you for watching, and let us know in the comments which hidden gem that you would most like to visit.